Yes. So, the northern is divided into three sections. As I said, Punjab, the Punjab plains from the western part of the northern plain. This is formed by the Indus and its tributaries like Jhelum, Chenab, Beas, and Satluj. A major portion of this plain is in Pakistan. Doabs abound in this plain. Ganga plains, this plain extends between Ghagar and Tista rivers. The northern states Haryana, Delhi, UP, Bihar, part of Jharkhand and West Bengal lie in the Ganga plains. Brahmaputra plains forms the eastern part of the northern plain and lies in Assam. Based on these relief features, the northern plate can be divided into four regions against vice versa: Bhabar, Terai, Bhangar and Khadar. Bhabar, after descending from the mountains, the river deposits pebble in the narrow belt. The width of this belt is about 8 to 14 plus kilometers and it lies parallel to the Shivaliks. This region is known as Bhabar. All the streams disappear in this region. Then comes the Terai. The Terai region lies towards the south of the Bhabar belt. In this region, the streams reappear and make a wet, swampy, marshy region. Then comes the Bhangar. Bhangar is the largest part of the northern plain and is composed of the oldest alluvial soil. Agriculture. They lie above the flood plains. They don't go into the flood plains, they are above that. They resemble the terraces. The soil of this region is locally known as Kanka and is composed of calcareous deposits. These words you will find out from the dictionary or in Mother Google. Calcareous, Calcareous, calcareous deposits. Khadar, the the flood plains, Khadar, formed by younger alluvial called Khadar. The soil in this region is renewed every year and is thus highly fertile because flood comes, it brings in, goes away, flood comes, brings in, it goes away. The northern plains of India. The Peninsula Plateau is a tableland. It is composed of the oldest rocks because it was formed from the drifted part of the Gondwana land. As I told you, broad and shallow valleys, rounded hills are the characteristic features of this plateau. The Peninsula Plateau, the northern plains. It can be again divided into two regions, the Central Highlands and the Deccan Plateau. What are the Central Highlands? The Central Highland lies to the north of the Narmada River. It covers the major portions of the Malwa Plateau. The rivers in this region flow from southwest to northeast. Southwest to northeast it goes down, which indicates the slope of this region. It is wider in the west and narrower in the east. Bundelkhand and Baghelkhand mark the eastward extension of this plateau. In the east, Bundelkhand, in the east, it's wider in the west and narrower in the east. Bundelkhand and Baghelkhand mark the eastward extension of this plateau. The plateau further extends eastward into Chota Nagpur Plateau. The Deccan Plateau. The Deccan Plateau lies to the south of the Narmada River. It's a triangular in shape. The Satpura range makes its northern part. The Mahadev Kaimor Hills, the Maikal range make its eastern part. The slope of the Deccan Plateau is from west to east. It extends in the north, east, which encompasses Meghalaya, Karbi, Anglong Plateau and the North Kachar Hills. Garo, Khasi, Jaintia hills are the prominent ranges starting from west to east. Then we have the western and eastern Ghats. They make the western and eastern edges of the Deccan Plateau. The average elevation of the Ghats is about, if I am not wrong, it's more than 800. It's more than 800 to 1500 plus meters compared to the 600 meters in case of Eastern Ghats. The Eastern Ghats stretch from Mahanadi Valley to the Nilgiris in the south. The Western Ghats cause oceanographic rains as they face the rain-laden winds from the west. Then we have The Thar Desert, the Indian desert, lies towards the western margins of the Aravalli Hills. This region gets scanty rainfall, which is less than 150 meter a year, 150 mm a year, right? Hence, the climate is arid and vegetation is scanty. Luni is the only large river, but some streams appear during rainy season. Crescent-shaped dunes, barchans abound in this area. The coastal plains, the Peninsula Plateau is flanked by a stretch of narrow coastal strips. They run along the Arabian Sea on the west and along the Bay of Bengal on the east. The coastal plains, west and east. Arabian Sea is Mumbai, Goa. West Bengal is Puri, Calcutta, and so on and so forth. We are going down Hyderabad, Visakhapatnam and all that. The western coast lies between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea. It is divided into three sections. The Konkan, which comprises Mumbai and Goa, makes the northern part. The Kannada plain makes the central part, and the Malabar coast makes the Malabar coast. The western coastal plains is wider and level, and it runs along the Bay of Bengal. It is divided into two parts. The northern part is called the Sirkar, the southern part is called the Coromandel coast. Extensive deltas formed by large rivers like Mahanadi, Godavari and Kaveri, Chilka Lake. Chilka Lake is an important thing. It's the backwaters of the Bay of Bengal. It has come into the land. It's like the sea, it's salt water. It's a beautiful place. If you ever travel to Odisha, please go to Chilka Lake. I have been there several times, uncountable times I have been there. I go and spend 2-3 days out of the world. It's only water and birds and birds and birds and fish and dolphins. And Chilka is a lake, important feature along the eastern coast. The coastal plains, the islands of Lakshadweep Islands are in the Arabian Sea. It is a 32 square kilometer. The administrative headquarters of Lakshadweep is at Kavarati Island. The group of islands is rich in terms of biodiversity. The Andaman and Nicobar are bigger in size and has more number of islands. This group of islands can be divided into two groups also. The Andaman is in the north and the Nicobar is in the south. These islands have rich biodiversity. Okay, this is what it is. Explanation of the features. We have the Peninsula region, the northern mountainous region, the northern Indian plain region, the coastal plain region, the Indian islands, the Indian deserts. Right? Vast country, varied landforms, other country practically magical features that earth, mountains, plains, desert, everything it has got. India has large landmass formed during different geological periods, which has influenced the relief. Okay. I told you the convergent boundary, divergent boundary, what happens, right? So this is what it is and all about. So you read through your chapter, go through it and see if I've said anything wrong and try to solve things. Okay, and I'll meet you in the next class. Bye bye and take care. God bless.